What is going on, Colts Nation? Welcome back to another episode of Bring the Juice. Guys, we're bringing you my mock draft 2.0. I think we did one shortly before the combine. So, there was a lot of things that have happened in that time. The combine happened, and obviously, first week of free agency is now officially done. So the Colts have obviously had a chance to look at some people. We've had a chance to look at some of the draft picks and also now see what some of the glaring needs of the Indianapolis Colts are. So we'll go ahead now, and I'll share my screen here. We'll go ahead and hop into this. So we'll go ahead. Indianapolis 7-round mock draft. Started off here at pick number 14, and then we will see who's available. So, obviously, Cody, if he's available, I'm going to go here. If not, I would go Jahad Campbell at this pick. But I think that if Tyler Warren is available at 14, that's where you got to go. So I'm going Tyler Warren here.
Oh, man, that was hard because there's so many good players there. It's almost like, is that almost worthy of a trade back at that point,
Mm-hmm.
Even though, I love Tyler Warren, but I cannot, because for that reason right there. Harold Fannon's right there. That's tough.
It just depends on how they feel about the rest of the group, but okay, so going forward here,
couple offensive tackles there.
Couple offensive tackles that you could use, but I don't know. That's a great question mark. Is do the Indianapolis Colts do that with Braden Smith being on the last year of his contract? That's another great question that I would think that we could consider that.
Get Derek sneaky pick here, Kenneth Grant, because
that's actually what I was about to do.
I was going to say, because we've talked about you don't have any interior depth behind Grove and Buck, and they're both 30. So,
and Kenneth Grant could have an argument for the best defensive tackle in there. Grant is, again, the fact that he's 6'3", 330 pounds, so a ginormous human being on the inside. You're not going to move him because he's just too big, too strong, but still a very good athlete, Cody. You would never really think it to look at him, but he is a very good athlete. And, that would be the perfect defensive tackle depth for the Indianapolis Colts in a lot of different ways. You could have him out there in run down situations. And it could help to keep DeForest Buckner off the field for a couple plays during that, and also to help get Grover Stewart off the field every once in a while too. So I will go Kenneth Grant if he's still available there at 45.
That makes too much sense because, like we said, outside of those two guys, when those guys went off the field last year, Derek, it was a massive downgrade, and you felt it a lot last year. So you absolutely need to get another guy in there that can spell these two players because you just don't have that on your roster currently.
Yeah, 100%. So now we're at pick number 80. This is our 3rd round pick. Again, Mason Taylor. I doubt Mason Taylor makes it to 80. Even if he was, I'm not taking him there.
Why not?
I'll tell you what. I think my mind goes to linebacker here. Because I think, Cody, there's going to be a great selection of options from about pick 50 to pick 80 where we're at, where there's going to be some linebackers there that I would like to take advantage of. And then going to the linebackers that are available, I'll say this, dude. I think Demetrius Knight goes way sooner than this because I think Demetrius Knight has a good RAS score and his measurables speak for themselves. So ignoring the 134, I think going Demetrius Knight Jr. In the 3rd round would be a good idea.
Another South Carolina guy. Remember the whole Darius Leonard thing? Took a linebacker a little earlier than people thought.
Yep.
It worked out pretty well. Had some good measurables. So
there you go. And now this is where I start going into some interesting territory. CJ West at 117. That would be pretty good. I could see the Colts doing that. as well late in the draft as well. I'm just looking at wide receivers just to kind of see, and looking at offensive linemen.
This would be where I would say maybe running back too.
Yes, that is a very true statement. I would also consider the idea of maybe taking a running back later than this, because I look at some offensive line depth in this sort of circumstance more than that. So I think right here, honestly, I kind of like the Chase Lunt, the tackle out of UConn here. I know he's been linked to the Colts a few times, and if he's there in that 4th round still, Cody, I would like Chase here at this spot.
Yeah, you need some swing tackle depth, don't you? So that would make some sense there.
And then now, because you are at 151 and you haven't gotten a running back yet, we'll now take our chances. So now we will go running back here, but just looking at the ultimate options here to see what you could want, right? So Dylan Sampson there at 169. You have RJ Harvey there. You have Devin Neal there, the running back from Kansas. I'll tell you what, dude, I honestly really like Devin Neal. And he's not some small guy either. I know the RAS score isn't insane, but I really like Devin Neal or RJ Harvey in this sort of circumstance. But I don't know. That is a tough one. I'll tell you what, if Dylan Sampson is still there at that spot, I think Dylan Sampson could be a very good option for you at a lot of different aspects. So either way, whatever running back, I would say the Colts are still going to get one. So let's go with running back here. We're going Dylan Sampson at 151.
Yeah, you obviously you added a running back in Khalil Herbert, so you get another guy in that room. I'm all for that, man. Tell me about Dylan Sampson. What does he do well? What do you know about him?
He's a pretty overall very good running back. I would say there's really not anything that really stands out for him. I think if I'm not mistaken, I think he like broke either the 2nd or 3rd most tackles of any running back in college football last year. But Dylan Sampson, he's got good speed, he's got a good build, he's got good strength, he's got good vision. There's nothing that like makes you think that like he excels at anything, but there's virtually nothing that you see that makes you go, oh, that's an issue with him. He's just really good at everything. So, that's kind of what stands out to me with him.
All right. We got our running back. Let's keep going.
All right. Going forward. So I've already gotten the tight end, the defensive tackle, linebacker depth, tackle depth, running back depth. Looking at potentially some more interior offensive line depth, potentially. I know it says 243, but Xavier Truss, the tackle out of Georgia, I think could definitely be a good shot on an interior offensive line depth pick there, Cody.
Okay. Sounds good.
We're going Xavier Truss there. And then our last pick, darn it, Ty Hamilton was taken. I really wanted to take him there. And then I'm assuming there's not going to be a lot of great.
I saw safety at the top there.
Yeah, Maxon Hook. Don't have any idea. Average size safety. Accumulated 107 tackles and 2 interceptions in 2024. Had a 4.55 40-yard dash. Had a 34.5-inch vert and a 10 for broad jump. Known for he's a high impact player with good efficient tackling. So that could be interesting.
You see Chris Ballard take these small school guys all the time,
Oh yeah. Yeah, Toledo's put out some really good secondary guys in the past. So all right. That is my mock draft 2.0, guys. The Indianapolis Colts take Tyler Warren with their 14th overall pick, Kenneth Grant, defensive tackle out of Michigan at pick 45, Demetrius Knight Jr., linebacker out of South Carolina at pick 80, Chase Lunt, the tackle out of UConn, at 117. Dylan Sampson, running back out of Tennessee, in 151. Xavier Truss, a guard out of Georgia, at 189. And then Maxon Hook, the safety out of Toledo, at 232. Cody, what do you think of that?
It's interesting because, a month ago we would have put DB in the first couple rounds, but
Yep.
you don't even touch it now. You don't have to worry about that, which is
Yep.
definitely cool. So, yeah, I like this draft. I think you address some needs that you absolutely need to do, tight end being the biggest one, and then linebacker as well. A sneaky second-round pick there, Derek, of something that people maybe aren't thinking about, but it's absolutely a need, and it's a position that you need whenever Buck or Grove goes off the field. You need a reliable guy in there that can help you out and fill in even adequately, honestly. So, yeah, I am good with that, dude.
All right. Well, let me know what you guys think of my mock draft 2.0 and let me know in the comments. But that'll do it for this one. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. And as always, guys, go Colts.